What are the most expensive neighborhoods in Dallas, Texas? Well, that depends on a lot. Are you looking for the highest price sale, the median list price for the area, the median closed price, or what exactly do you even consider to be a neighborhood? And there are many other factors. Because it's so complicated, I didn't pull from any list on the internet. I came up with my own list that I believe is the most comprehensive list you're going to find anywhere based on today's data. And if you watch until the end, I'm going to show you the most expensive property ever listed in Dallas, and it's currently on the market at $60 million. You don't want to miss that. My name is Michael. I own a local real estate brokerage here in the Dallas area. And if you're looking to make a move in the Dallas area, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. I've helped every one of these yellow dots find their little piece of Texas, and I'd love to help you too. Just call, text, or shoot me an email. All that info is in the description below. First off, let me show you how I sorted all this data so you know what we're looking at. First, I did a ranked search by zip code and by top median list price. Then I zoomed into each individual zip code, for example, 75225. Here, I zoom in even further by breaking it into market segments and just looking at the top quarter most expensive listed homes. So we remove all of the bottom listings and we're left with the top 90-day, and this is an exact quarter. So if there are 20 homes for sale, these are the top 5 most expensive. So for each of these areas, first we're going to look at the median list price of all properties, and then we're going to zoom in and look at the median list price of just the top quarter most expensive properties. And the reason I did it this way is that many of these neighborhoods still have smaller, older homes that are being sold at lot value for like $400,000 to $600,000, which skews the data really hard and is not helpful for what we're trying to figure out here. Which is why we look at the top quarter, because those are the homes that have already been torn down and has a nice big new home on it. And besides, if you're searching for the most expensive neighborhoods in Dallas, you're not going to care about those middle-of-the-road properties. So to help you get a feel for the top 5 most expensive neighborhoods in Dallas, we'll also be taking a look at a median list price home, what they look like, and then we're going to take a look at the most expensive sale that happened in those areas in the last 90 days. And we're doing this for all 5 of these areas. The first zip code on our list is 75205, and this is Highland Park, Texas. As you can see, it's located just north of Dallas, and actually the Park Cities area is made up of Highland Park and University Park, and it's not actually a part of Dallas. It's its own municipality. So they have their own school district, their own police department, fire department. And if you want to learn more about Highland Park in detail, I did a great video outlining everything about it. You can click here. So here in 75205, if we look at the 90-day average median list price for all of Highland Park, it is currently at $4.1 million. Now, if we zoom in and just look at the top quarter highest priced homes, we're looking closer to 9.1 million. Okay, the median price was 4.1 million. This is the closest we could find closed sale in the last 90 days, so you can see what the median home would look like here. This one was listed at 4.45, ended up selling for 4.15, 5-bed, 4 full and 2 half baths. It's got a pool, it's got a 4-car garage, 0.307 acres, 6,050 square feet, built in 1926. So let's take a look. Oh, I love that backsplash. Wow. Got some exposed beams, painted black, very modern. Love those tall ceilings. Very nice closet. Got turf, small pool, which is a lot of what people are building today is just those smaller wading pools is what they're called. Okay, now we're moving on to the highest priced closed sale in the last 90 days. And you'll see, but we have a 22 million, an 11 million, another 9 million, 10 million, 11 million, 15 million. Those are all currently listed, but today we're just going to look at the actual closed sale. This one originally listed at 8.975, then they had a drop to 8.999, and that is where it sold. It is a 5-bed, 6 full bath, 2 half bath, 2-car garage, interesting, built in 2021, 7,710 square feet, and it's only on 0.279 acres. Very nice. This is what you would call on trend for today's finishes. Very nice design here. So one big note in this is that it did have a smaller lot. If this had been on a larger lot, it would have been significantly more expensive. Wow. Beautiful. Again, another small wading pool. Okay, and just for fun, very quickly, let's look at this $22 million listing. Okay, 14,652 square feet. It's got a 5-car garage, 6 beds with 6 fireplaces, 6 full and 4 half baths, and it has a pool as well. It's built in 2018. Wow. I already love it. Incredible. Wow. Wow. This definitely looks like a $22 million home. Wow. Honestly, I'm blown away even for the price. This is just incredible design. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm going to stop saying wow. Look at that, Jim. Wow. Okay, that's my last wow. I promise. Only because this house is done. That is incredible design. And one important part, as we were talking about lots, the cost of this home, you can see all these other lots, how much smaller they are compared to this one. And it's right there on Turtle Creek, so I'm sure you have great views of the creek. Okay, up next we have the 75220 zip code, and this is one of those where it's super important to zoom in because this over here and this over here are two entirely different worlds. Over here you have Preston Hollow and Old Preston Hollow, which are some of the most expensive homes, but they have enormous lots, so there's not a ton of sales that happen there. When they do, they're incredibly expensive, so we'll look at that in a minute. So here's what you need to see about 75220 is once you cross Marsh Lane, it really is a different world. Look at this, 285, 345, 318. That has nothing to do with the rest of this. So basically, when you're here in Preston and Old Preston Hollow, quick look, 11 million sold, 15 million sold, 9 million. So totally different area, and the further west you go, the cheaper things get. But even here, we're still in the 2 million, 3 million. In this neighborhood, a lot around the 1.5 to probably 3 million, 675. That's probably a lot value type of house. So this is why we zoom in on the top quarter, because as you can see, even here is like the 1 to 2 million, and over here is like 300,000. But they're the same zip code. That's why we have to zoom in. So if we were to take the median price of this whole area, it's only like 800 something thousand. But if we cut it off at Marsh Lane, then it moves up to about 1.5 million as the median for that zip code, excluding west of Marsh Lane. And then if we zoom in on just this top quarter, you're looking at 4.6 million. So huge difference. And when I set a filter from a 1.4 to 1.6 million dollar sale, because we're looking for one at that median around a 1.5 million, it automatically cuts out anything that's ever happened over here, and you just have this one pocket. So in this zip code, these are the median homes. Let's check this one at 1.54. Okay, it was built in 2022, 3978 square feet, 4 beds, 3 full and 1 half bath, 2-car garage on 0.194 acres. And you can see just looking through the windows, it still feels like a regular neighborhood where a lot of the houses are smaller. Which is again why we cut out those houses priced at lot value, because there's still a lot of them there that need to be torn down, and they're going to be sold in the 400, 500, 600,000 range. There you have it. Okay, now looking at the most expensive sale in the last 90 days. Of course, this is in Old Preston Hollow. It was listed just under 16 million. It closed at 15,550. It was 6 beds, 7 full and 3 half baths. It had a pool, it had a 4-car garage, 12,340 square feet, built in 1992. And the important part is it's on 2.243 acres, which again, a lot of the charm of Preston Hollow and Old Preston Hollow is you can get these big lots and you feel secluded. And these homes are more of what you would consider an estate. Let's take a look. Look at that, you've got a creek running right through the front. This is very nice. I would not have expected this was built in 1992. I would be willing to bet it's already been updated since then. Very tall ceilings, tons of natural light. A lot of really unique finishes in this one. Wow. elevator. Look at that. Very cool. On the creek. That is beautiful. So again, a lot of what you're buying here is the lot. It's very rare to get a lot like that anywhere in Dallas, which is why there's such a premium on it. Okay, moving on to our number 3 most expensive. This is 75225. This is University Park. Again, it's part of Park Cities, just north of Highland Park, still very close to downtown Dallas. The SMU campus is in here. Okay, so if you'll remember, the last zip code we did, the median price was only a 1.449, and that's after we excluded that west side. Here in University Park, the median list price is actually quite a bit higher at almost 2.8, but the reason it's the third rank is because the top quarter is only 3.6 million, whereas the other one, the top quarter, was 4.6 million. So we're really leaning heavily on the top quarters for this list. Okay, so we're looking for a median priced home around that 2.6. Here's a great one, 2.576. So let's see what you could get here at the median price. This one is 4665 square feet, built in 2002. It has 4 beds, 5 full, 1 half bath, no pool. It has a 2-car garage, but the important thing to note here, it's only on 0.161 acres, which is one big difference between Highland Park and University Park. The lots here in general are quite a bit smaller, so the houses feel much more stacked on top of each other, which is another reason why Highland Park is the more expensive of the two. Okay, very nice. Great. So as you can see, basically no backyard, which is why they don't have a pool, and also why if they did, it would be one of those small wading pools. Okay, now looking for the highest price sale in the last 90 days. Here it is. This one sold for $7.395. It's 7,300 square feet. It's a new build in 2023. It's on larger than the last lot, 0.257 acres. It has 6 beds, 5 full and 2 half baths. It has a 3-car garage. It looks great. And you can obviously see the lot size difference right there between this one and the last one. Okay, moving on to our number 4 most expensive neighborhood. This would be 75230. It is just directly north of University Park. This area is also known as the private school corridor, as all the top private schools are here. You have Jesuit, you have Ursuline, you have Hockaday. Whatever private school you're looking for, if it's a top one, it's probably around here. Another key thing to note about this area, especially compared to University Park, is the lots are much bigger up here. So if you were thinking you wanted to be in University Park at those prices, but you don't like being stacked on top of each other, you should look just a little bit north here to North Dallas. So the median price here is about $2 million, but if we look at that top quarter, it is about $3.3 million. So we're looking for a median home around $2 million. Okay, here's one right at $2 million. Okay, this one was built in 1955, 4,320 square feet, 0.392 acres, 2-car garage, 5 beds, 4 full and 1 half bath. And there you have it, a nice big 1-story. Again, because the lots are larger, you can fit all that square footage on 1 story. I will say the one thing about this is it looks like it has 8-foot ceilings, which is one of the downsides to getting a renovated home versus a newer build. But it's nice and open. Yeah, look at that lot. Huge lot. There you have it. Okay, we're looking for the highest price closed sale, but actually there's not anything higher than 3.368, but there are several under contract. This one is 7.25, so that's the highest. So we're gonna go with that because we know it's for sure closing way above 3.368. So let's take a look. We don't know the price, but it's going to be somewhere around the 7 million, presumably. The big selling point on this one right out the gate, that's 1.29 acres, 10,239 square feet, built in 2008, 4-car garage, 5 bed, 5 full, and 3 half bath. Wow, look at that closet. So it's a little bit dated. But again, what you're buying here is that huge 1.2 or 3 acre lot. Oh, that's cool. You got a loft up here. Wow, that's what you're paying for right there. Nice courtyard pool. Tennis court. That's what you can do when you've got more than an acre. There you have it. Okay, moving on to our number 5 most expensive neighborhood of Dallas. This is 75209 and it has Bluffview and Greenway Parks. It's directly to the west of University and Highland Park. So if you've been paying attention, we have stayed this entire area. All 5 of these areas are from here to here to here to here. So it's all contained right here. So the median list price here in 75209 is about 1.235, but if we look at the top quarter, it is 2.9 million. Okay, we're looking for something near the median price of 1.235. So in Bluffview, you're not going to get much for that. In fact, you're probably pretty close to lot value depending on the size of the lot. So this one's a small lot, 0.17 acres, so this would be a real home that sold. Listed at $1,050,000, sold for 1.175. 2,371 square feet, built in 1944. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage. So if you want to be in Bluffview, this is about as low of a price as you're going to find, and yeah, it's going to be a home like this. So this is a good representation. Now, just to give you a little further, so this is a little closer to the price, but this one's 0.324 acres, so you can tell this one was probably sold for lot value, 1.3 million, but look at the size of this lot. Look at that. Yeah, you can build a nice big house and still have a big yard on that. And you can tell because there are no pictures of the interior, so I would assume that was sold for the lot. And you should also know in the same zip code, once you move south of Bluffview, then you've got this area where there are a lot of tear down houses. This is another one where you can buy a lot for the $400,000 to $600,000 range, but there are a lot of people putting, honestly, what are like these big boxes on there, these big modern boxes. Let's see if we can find any. Okay, there you go. That's a big modern box. What else do we got? This one sold for 1.18. I would call that a big box. It's a totally different feel than Bluffview. You can see immediately by the 2 houses next door. That is what most of the neighborhood looks like. Those get torn down and a big box is put on it. So just take a quick look. This is an option if you don't mind being south of Bluffview. You can either get that tiny home or you can be in a neighborhood that's still transitioning and get something huge like this for about the same price. Look out the front window, see, that's what your neighbors look like, at least for now. Obviously, when the neighborhood is done being transformed, these prices are going to go way up. And I don't think I said it earlier, but you can see this is right next to Dallas Love Field Airport, so very easy to travel from here. Okay, now as promised, we are taking a look at the most expensive listed property in all of Dallas. I've never seen anything even close to this. It's listed at $60 million here in Preston Hollow. And immediately, a lot of the value of this is you're getting almost 16 acres in the most expensive area in Dallas. Then on top of that, it's over 27,000 square feet, but let's take a look. 17 baths, 12 full and 5 half baths, and 10 bedrooms. Okay, this was built in 1938. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, I mean, this isn't even a fraction of the land. I mean, that would be plenty of land right there. But you've still got another 15 acres outside of that. You've got a creek running through it. Look at this staircase. You've got a little speakeasy, a full-blown library, a room for just looking outside. The kitchen, I mean, there's just nature all around this house. Look at the size of that. I think it said the primary suite was 2,000 or 3,000 square feet, including his dressing. This is her bathroom. This is his bathroom. And I'm sure she had her own dressing area if I didn't skip it already. Look at that terrace. Wine cellar. Media room. Just look at those curtains. That's one of my favorite parts so far. Those are very nice curtains. And there's your view. I mean, wow. Yeah, I mean, this is a one-of-a-kind property, which is why they can list at something like $60 million, and maybe somebody pays for it, because this is about your only option if you want 16 acres in the heart of Dallas. You got your own lighted heliport. There you go. Okay, friends, well, I hope that was helpful. And remember, if you're looking to move to the Dallas area, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. Just call, text, or shoot me an email. All that is in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.